Hey, what's up, guys? It's Manchu here, and today we're doing a full flight from Frankfurt to John F. Kennedy International in America. So we're here parked on stand A25, even though it says A24 over there. It's actually A25. So we're parked in stand A25, flying Lufthansa today. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, we're flying Lufthansa. We are flight 404. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now. So I've gotten the plane all set up, and we're pretty much ready to go. We just need to wait until the passengers are done boarding and the baggage is done loading. But other than that, we are good to go for this flight. So I'm going to let the passengers board the plane, and I'll be back with you guys when we get to that point. Alright, so GSX has told us that the passengers have been boarded and the baggage loading is still in progress. So we are going to wait for the baggage loading to finish, and then we'll be on our way. Alright, so we're closing up the doors. They are closed up at this point, so now we just have the cargo doors to close. And once... I believe that cargo should be done loading over here, so if we go give it a look. Actually, never mind. We can't see it from over here. Okay, let's close up the cargo doors. So those are going to close, and then that should come up over there. So that's good. We'll go ahead and arm them all. And now we can go ahead and swap onto our APU gen. Alright. And we'll go ahead and remove the ground power. And actually just remove the chocks. Alright, so our doors are closed, ground power is out. We're on APU now. Bring the yoke back up. Our flight plan is entered. Our takeoff data is set. We can keep the packs off for now. We'll go ahead and pressurize our hydraulics. Alright, so let's have a look at the overhead. Let's just run through the overhead real quick. So, emergency lights we can arm. Cargo fire is not. Starters are off. Ignitions are both on norm. Well, yeah, ignition's on auto. Auto start is on. Let's bring on the fuel pumps. Alright, fuel pumps are on. I believe we have some fuel in the center tank, possibly. I'm going to give that a look real quick. Some fuel. No, okay, we do not have any in the center tank, so we don't need that. So never mind. And we don't need the crossfeeds on. Alright, so that's good, that's good. We can turn on our beacon light now. And we'll wait on the strobe lights. And yeah, we are going to be on our way. Alright, let's go ahead and let ground know that we are ready for pushback. Alright, we want to go nose left, tail right. And we do not want to start engines before pushback. Alright, so they've gone ahead and hooked up the tow truck, and so now they're going to push us when this guy's ready. Alright. Alright, brakes are off, and here goes the push. Clear to start, and we are out of here. So let's go ahead and fire up engines 3 and 4. Alright, that's a good start on engine 1. Camera's freaking out. I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, let's go ahead and... Or engine, sorry, 3 and 4, not engine 1. So let's fire up engines 1 and 2. Alright, that's a good start on 1 and 2. Our parking brake is set. And they are going to go ahead and disconnect the push truck. And that's going to be good. So we can turn this on, this hydraulic pump to auto. Put on continuous ignition. Turn on the packs. And we can go ahead and bring off the APU now. So APU is no longer needed. Put on the taxi light and turn on our strobe light, and that is going to do it. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Alright, so we are currently parked on November 5, so let's go ahead and have a look at the charts real quick. So if we're on November 5, we need to make a right turn out onto November, which is right in front of us. So right out onto November, all the way down to taxiway November 16. Or sorry, I think we can just do, it could be it's taxiway Yankee. So November all the way down to Yankee, and then a left onto Romeo, and then Romeo 17, and then there's 7 right. So let's go ahead and put our flaps down. So we have flaps flaps 10 on takeoff. All right, so that's flaps 10 set. All right, while we're taxiing, we can go ahead and also set the auto brake to RTO. Okay, maybe not. Why not? Alright, that's interesting. I don't know why it's not letting us set the auto brake. Huh. That's odd. Oh, now it's doing it. Okay, whatever. So, I'm just gonna pop a look at the charts here. Alright, let's also go ahead and set our altimeter. So the altimeter in Frankfurt today is, let's just switch this over to hectopascals. So we are at 1015. Alright, so that's the altimeter is set, which we need to kind of set that over there as well. Alright, so 1015 is set. That's all good. And we also need to set our trim. So let's have a look at the flight control page. Oh no, it's the status page. Or maybe, I don't know, I guess you can't, I guess trimming isn't a thing on this particular, I guess like a trim display isn't a thing. So we have a trim of 6.3. So we will cross-feed config. What's the problem? Does it want me to turn those back on? Apparently so. Alright, whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and have a look at the trim real quick. So trim is 6.3, is right about there. Alright, trim is set. So we are going to be basically just getting on to taxiway Yankee once we come up to it. At least I believe it's Yankee. Pretty sure it's Yankee. Just need a little bit more power just to get it up to speed again. Alright, so Yankee is our next turnoff on the left. So right up here, we're going to make a left. And we're going to turn on the clock. And we're going to be on our way in just a moment. Alright, so we are about to enter the runway. So we'll go ahead and turn on all of our landing lights, as well as the runway turnoffs, and turn off the taxi light. Alright, so 7 right is identified visually and by ROS. So we're going to go ahead and taxi right on here. Alright, so we're on runway. Go ahead and hit the brakes. So let's just verify that we have everything set as it should be. Altimeter is set. We need to set our signs. Forgot to do that, but whatever. Flight deck door is locked. Auto brakes are to RTO. TCAS is TARA. Let's go ahead and just stick this on VNAV over here. We need to do that first. Alright, VNAV. Alright, speed is set. V2 plus 15. Cruising altitude. Well, our first cruising altitude is 340, and we're going to step climb to 380. Heading is set. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, we're going to set 50%. 50% is stable. Toga. Knots is checked. V1. Rotate. Alright, positive rate of climb, gear up. Alright, so there's our acceleration and thrust reduction altitude. Bring the nose down. Let's fly it off some trim here. Alright. Bring this nose up. That's going to be flaps 5. Alright, and make our turn to the left here. Oh, that was a little violent. Alright, there's flaps 1. And this flaps up. Alright, let's engage the autopilot. And we're out of here. Alright, well, say goodbye to Frankfurt, and we'll see America in about 8 hours. Alright, gear is set to off. And I believe the transition altitude is 6,000 in Germany, so we can set that to standard. Auto brake is off. Spoilers are disarmed. Flaps are up. Power is set. Alrighty. Let's zoom this map out. Zoom them both out. So it's going to be a bit of a interesting one. So I will see you guys when we are near cruise. Alright, so we are about 500 feet to our cruise altitude at the moment. We're going to be cruising at about Mach 0.834, 835 today. So we are almost to cruise, and from there on out we have about 3,000-ish miles of Atlantic Ocean, and also some United Kingdom. So alright, there's cruise altitude. So welcome to 34,000 feet. I guess I don't know what we're doing. Let's have a look at our cruising speed. Alright, so cruise is 835, 91% N1. We're eventually going to step to 380 in about 3,000-ish miles. So if we look at this FMC over here, alright, had a little bit of weather update there. If we look at this over here, we can go to our legs page, and I've programmed in a step climb at some point here by Alex. So at Alex, we'll climb to 38,000, and then we'll have a couple hundred miles before we begin to descend at 380. So yeah, that's that, and that's pretty much what we're going to do now for the next lots of miles. Alright, so everyone sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. All right, so we are back. We're about 2 hours in at this point. We have about 82,000 tons of fuel left. Oh, sorry, 82 tons of fuel. 82,000. 82 tons of fuel. The fuel temp is like -7 degrees, so I don't really know how much colder that's going to get. I've read that once it gets below 37 degrees is when you start having problems and you need to descend to warmer air. So we'll have to see how exactly cold this is going to get. And I've dialed in 38,000 feet for a step climb, which is coming up in about 2,600-ish miles. So we still have quite a ways to go. We're looking at an ETA of 23:23 Zulu, which in local time there, I want to say is like minus, so we subtract 4 hours from that, so about 6:30, I believe. 6 or 7:30 is around when we're going to arrive there. So yeah, we're pretty much just cruising out in the middle of the Atlantic now. I can go ahead and show you guys the map here. So this is us. We're currently flying up to basically intercept a North Atlantic track C, down to I believe it's, I don't know what waypoint it is, but it's basically down to like around here. So we're gonna come up here, we're gonna fly around here and come back down there. So hopefully the fuel temp doesn't get too low. We're not too close. We're not really like in any near any polar caps though, so as chilly as it might be, I don't think we're gonna have a problem with it, hopefully. So yeah, I'll update you guys in a couple more hours. Alright, so it's now about 3 hours and 52 minutes in. So we're on our way. We're now following North Atlantic Track C up to the Dory waypoint, or Dory intersection. So we got about 712 miles until we hit that point. I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys the rest of the flight plan real quick on SkyVector here. So we are, let's see. Okay, so I'm still on monitor. Alright, so basically we have, we are right about here in the location department. So we're basically up until like the coast of northern Canada, or eastern Canada, I guess. We're gonna, that's the Dory or Dory intersection, then we're gonna make a left turn, head down to Allery. And then we will begin our approach, from which point we still have like 700 miles or something left after that. So yeah, let's go ahead and have a look at the e-cars here. So this is us. So far we've gotten from Germany over here, for Frankfurt. So we're about halfway through, maybe a little bit less than halfway. But, e-cars is estimating, yeah, we're a little less than halfway through. We're estimated about 3 hours and 50 minutes till arrival. So I get some time to just kind of chill here. We'll have a step climb eventually, so we'll get a little bit of excitement. I'm kind of curious why I didn't step climb us earlier, because if you look in the FMC here, our maximum right now is 38,500 feet. I mean, our optimal is 3,600 and we're at 3,400. And I'm pretty sure the fuel temp has ironed itself out. It hasn't moved. It was at like 9 degrees Celsius like a couple hours ago, and now it's at 10. So I think it'll be just fine. I don't think it's gonna freeze or anything like that. So yeah, we're just out over the ocean now, where there's tons of cloud cover. So yeah, see you guys in about another hour or two. Alright, so we are now 5.5 hours into the flight. We are currently making our way off of the North Atlantic track. What is this thing? Fuel tank / engine. What does that mean? It's been a while since I've given a look at this. Fuel tank / engine. What could that possibly be? fuel imbalance. I don't know what we got going on there. There's fuel going to all of them. Interesting. What have I done? I don't know. That's probably, I should have probably been paying more attention. Anyways, yeah, we're 5.5 hours into the flight. We are currently making our way off of the North Atlantic track. I'll give you some perspective on where we are. So we are here now. We've come all the way from over here. So we have about a third of the flight left. We have, according to this thing, 2 hours and 17 minutes, which may or may not be accurate. I did some calculation, and it said, and discovered that was about 2 hours and 20 minutes a while ago, so that could have been wrong. And I'll just go ahead and have a look at, maybe look at Sky Vector real quick. So we are around here somewhere, and we have this much of the flight left ahead of us. So according down here, there's no real weather. It looks pretty good in terms of weather. It's currently maybe not going in the best direction. 100 degrees is from the east, and we're landing. So currently we'd have a tailwind landing, and it's at 9 knots, gusting to 18, which could be some wind shear action. So we gotta hope that changes sometime within the next 2 hours. So yeah, I'll see you guys with the next update. Okay, so I have resolved the issue. It was a fuel crossfeed issue. We did not need the fuel crossfeeds on anymore. I assume that was because we had a lot of fuel when we started off, and it wanted me to turn them on just to kind of keep it balanced, which we no longer need because we have only about 50,000 kilograms of fuel left in the plane. So yeah. Alright, so we are now about 6.5 hours in. I will update you guys next when we are close to the top of the descent, at which point we will check out the arrival and stuff. So we have about 300-ish miles, maybe about 400 miles to our step climb, which you can see right here. So Alex is our step climb, and then from there we have about 200 miles till top descent. So see you guys then. Alright guys, so we are almost to JFK now. We are about 15 out from top of descent. So what's going to happen basically is we are going to, I'm just going to brief you guys on the approach real quick. So if we go ahead and pull up the charts here, we are basically descending down to an altitude of 2,000 feet, which we will hold until we intercept the glide slope for the ILS. Visibility, I'm not sure. I can see a bunch of cloud cover from here, so I don't know how the visibility is down on the ground, but we're doing that. Winds right now are out of 320 at 18, gusting 26, so we probably should have switched to a different runway. We probably should switch to like 3-1 left. But I've already got the approach programmed in, and I think we should be fine, at least basing it off of the wind right now. And let's see, I think that's really it. Oh, the altimeter is 2989. Ceiling is 12,000 feet, supposedly. So I think that's really it. So now all we have to do is kick back and wait. So we'll go ahead and hit the VNAV path, and we will be on our way down 8.5 hours later. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fasten seatbelt signs so the passengers know that we are going to be landing shortly, and we'll also go ahead and ding the cabin as well to let them know. Alright, so we've dinged them. Passengers should be sitting down, and we are also descending now. The altimeter we will set, change this back to inches of mercury, and set it to 2989, which is the METAR, I believe, unless it's been updated since then. It is, actually, it has been. That would be... Okay, so now we have almost a direct tailwind, which kinda isn't ideal. However, the wind is slowed down. It's only 13 knots now, so this could be interesting. Alright, altimeter is actually 2991, so we can go ahead and turn that up. Alright, well, that's a little unfortunate. I was hoping the winds wouldn't change on us. The forecast seemed to be in our favor, but in reality, it was not, which kind of sucks. Alright, well, anyways, we're on our way down. I can go ahead and bring in the range. So we got about 60-ish miles till we intercept the ILS, and we're heading down pretty quick now. We're gonna be about 18.6 by CCC, which I assume that probably stands for something. That's in about 24 miles, so we gotta book it down. Alright, so we're pretty much coming in straight over Long Island at this point. We're just passing 20,000 feet on our descent. And, yeah, we're gonna have a pretty fun time with this landing, I think. Considering the weather isn't the most ideal thing. So this could be a sketchy landing. Alright, coming up on 18,000 feet, we can go ahead and set our altimeter to 2991 right there. Alright, so we're about 40 miles to the airport at this point. Alright, so I feel like I always start everything off with alright, so it's just kind of my thing. Let's go ahead and program in our approach ref. It's going to be flaps 30 at 142 knots. Alright, our VREF is set. That stuff is good. We don't need our VNav open over there anymore. And yeah, so we're coming up on 10,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and just turn the landing lights on now. Turn all this stuff on. All that stuff is good over there. We don't need wing lights or anything like that. It's getting a little dark in the cockpit, but 'cause, I mean, it is what? Subtract 4 from that, so that's like, it's like 7:30 New York time right now. At least in sim, not in real life. So simulated 7:30. If we really wanted to, we could get fancy and like put up some window shades, but that's unnecessary. Alright, so there's our deceleration. So now we're doing 240 because we're under 10,000 feet. And it's picked up the localizer here, so that's good. And we just need to stay on the VNav path now. If anything, we're actually under speed, so we shouldn't really have a problem staying on the path. Let's go ahead and set our auto brake to, oops. Let's go ahead and set that to 2. And we can go ahead and, we'll leave the spoilers disarmed for now, since we may need them to decelerate. Okay, so I am going to slow us down once we have about probably 10 miles to Corved. We're going to call it Corved. And that's, at that point I'll slow us down to 220, and we can deploy flaps 1. I believe, yeah, our flap limit for, let's just have a look at these flaps limits real quick. So we have one at 280, 5 at 260, so if we slow down to 220, we can basically go up to flaps 20. And then after that, we just need to slow down to that. Alright, so we got some absolutely gorgeous approach scenery here. Like, look at this. This is so good. All the shadows and stuff. And I'm surprised it's actually drawing this many houses, to be honest with you. It's actually like a somewhat accurate representation of New York suburbs. Not that I've been there, but it's half decent at least. Alright, we can reduce that range quite a bit. Alright, now we have an active glide slope as well. Although we're well above it, but that's to be expected because we're not any farther out, and that'll just lower as we get lower. We're basically staying in the same spot in terms of, I guess you could call it lateral distance from the actual runway. So I'm going to go ahead and slow down to 220. We're going to go ahead and speed intervene, slow down to 220, and let's put out the speed brake. Slow us down. And we're going to put on flaps 1 and flaps 5. Alright, so we're descending now. I'm going to slow us down. Wow, that's a descent rate and a half. Holy crap, this thing is like dive bombing over here. Alright, well, we'll go and slow down to 200 and put out flaps 10. Flaps 10 is out. And we can put out flaps 30, or flaps 20 now. And then once we turn onto the localizer here, we can go ahead and engage approach mode, at least localizer mode for now. So we are going to arm that. Actually, we can just arm approach. And I'm really hoping and praying that we don't OOM. This thing is absolutely, like, bombing it. Holy crap. Please don't, out of memory. That would be great. I don't want us just blow through 9 hours of my life only to not be able to land because of an OOM error. Please. That'd be pretty great if we didn't do that. Alright, cabin is ready. Let's go ahead and reduce speed to... Well, it's probably going to tell us. Check altitude targets.
2,500.
Alright, there's 2,500. So we're going to reduce to 142 and stick out flaps and pull the gear. Well, it's mad that the gear's not out. So we can put the gear out. We have the localizer. And this, we're just going to pray right now that we don't OOM. Nothing like 10 degrees of pitch up on the some power here, man. Alright, so flaps 25. Coming up on the glide. I really hope we don't crash here. That would be not exactly ideal. Alright, once we intercept the glide. Okay, if this thing would shut up, that would be great. Alright, there's the glide. Flaps 30. Gear is down and green. Okay, you really need to shut up. This is annoying the crap out of me. What are we at? Fast. It's not going to tell us. Thanks. We're not... Okay, it's not connected to the simulator for some reason, but... Alright, well, that's ridiculous. So I can't see where we're going, and we've just frozen. Please be a weather update. Okay, it was just a weather update. We're good. We're all good. We just get this really annoying blinging sound. So we have a crosswind now, but that's fine. So we're coming in. We're on the glide slope. We have some visibility problems. So I'm just going to let this thing stay on the glide slope because I don't... I can't see the runway yet. This thing just needs to shut up. I really hate that noise. Alright, so we're going through some low-level fog right now. So the METAR was clearly wrong with this. This is not... Alright, well, land 3 is green, so we could auto-land. Which I don't really want to do. I can't see anything, unfortunately. But we do have auto land in the event that we do have such low visibility. Okay, this is annoying the crap out of me. This is the okay. We need to arm the speed brakes actually. Okay, I think we have. All right, we're out of the clouds now. I'm gonna wait until we can absolutely see the runway to disengage the autopilot. Oh my god, are we not on a runway? We're not on a runway, are we? Maybe out of the runway just hasn't shown up yet. Oh wait, we are. The runway is right here. Gotcha. scenery isn't loaded. That's not good. What is happening? Oh my god.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright, center line was trash. Textures are not loading. I don't know why. Alright, there's 60 knots. Auto brake. Manual braking. The airport seems to have broken itself. I don't know what the problem is. The only thing I can think of is that we literally ran out of memory on approach, and now the terrain is gone. There is some jank stuff happening right now. It might be worth just booking a flight real quick on Project Fly, just so I can get the stupid VAS monitor to work. I'm just gonna do that real quick. Unless this is some weirdo, unless this is actually loaded and it's just like a lighting glitch or something, but it doesn't seem like it because I don't know what's going on with this, but it's like really small. Some weird stuff, man. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead. Oh yeah, we have 100 megabytes of VAS free. So that's a problem. No wonder it's not loading in stuff for the airport. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Alright, well we'll go ahead and make our way onto the taxiway. That really sucks. Oh, rip? Alright, that's good. So yeah, welcome to the wonderful land of no texture. The current local time is about 7:30. You seem to be, if textures on the ground are missing, don't freak out. That's completely a P3D problem. Right? Don't you just love it when your sim OOMs or gets close to it after a literal 9-hour flight? That triggers the crap out of me. Alright, well I think the lesson I've learned from this is don't do long-haul flights. Alright, well I'm just going to turn in here and park at a gate. Well, that was pretty crap, to be honest with you. At least the taxi line's loaded in. So we basically got half an airport. And sorry about this really annoying dinging. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright. So 9 hours later, and half an airport on the ground. At least we made it. Although, rather disappointingly. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick it right here. Looks good to me. Well, that's pretty crap. Let's go ahead and connect the ground power, I guess. switch on to ground power and then shut off the stupid engines. Well, I guess this is the end of the flight. So unfortunately we get a half-loaded, half-baked airport, quite literally. More like a quarter, actually. So, yeah, thanks to everyone who stuck around and watched the video. Hopefully the next flight video that I do won't turn out like this one, because to be honest with you, I'm really disappointed about this ending, considering I just blew 9 hours of my life on something that ended rather unsatisfactorily, if that's a word, but I just made it a word if it's not one. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.